Can I just say, don't get in a relationship with a guy that doesn't know how to react in an emergency situation. Because I've been telling my boyfriend for hours to get his shit together, pack a bag, get his memorabilia, put together a box of all his keepsakes and all of his letters from these old baseball players that are precious to him. What does he do? Oh no, he waits until there are flames on our fucking roof almost to even pack a bag of clothing. I packed the entire car with 4 animals by my fucking self. And he's slowly, methodically putting some things together, like not taking it seriously. He's like, sit down and talk. He's got my mom on the phone, who's also not being helpful. I thought she was going to have my back. As a survivor of a natural disaster where I didn't have an evacuation warning and it crept the fuck up on me, I survived. It's either Hurricane Ira or Hurricane Ida, the fucking freak one that hit New York, that went through Florida, and we had no fucking idea, and people fucking died. I was living in an illegal basement apartment in New York, in Queens. Sitting at my desk, working, and I feel my socks get wet, and I look down, and pouring in from all the cracks from the wall, coming up from the floor, sewage water. And you want to tell me, oh no, I spoke to my neighbor this morning, and my neighbor says it's fine. My neighbor says it's unlikely. Very unlikely. I'm a fucking natural disaster trauma survivor, and you're saying, oh, I don't believe you. I'm gonna check with all these other people. And here we are. And we got out right before everyone else in WeHo, and the hills were evacuated, and now it's right on us. Right up on us. You could lose your house tonight. I could lose my house. I could lose most of my possessions, and so could he. But you didn't believe me. And you waited, and now it's my fault. I packed everything myself. I had to fucking drag you. I almost had to fucking tranquilize this person. Drag him into the trunk.
The reason why he didn't believe her was because men just don't listen to women. We just don't listen to women. Right? And essentially it just sounds like this dude's ego got the best of him. And, you know, this is the old, like, honey, pull over and ask for directions. He's like, no, I got it, honey. And he gets you guys more lost. This is that. playing out in a deadly game.
To get him out of the fucking house. He was like, oh no, just leave without me. Just drive. Oh, so you want me to leave you without a vehicle, stranded? How am I supposed to do that to the person I love? You are literally deciding my fucking fate right now.
She should have left him. And the reason why I say that is because at this point, he is putting her life in danger. Like, I guess there was a time when it, like, if it's just like I don't know, something, if it's not life threatening, then okay, you can make the decision, or you can make the decision to stay or go, whatever. Right. But once your life is in threatened, you cannot allow this motherfucker to kill. Like, if he dies, so be it. At this point, he's a fucking idiot. I remember watching a TikTok from this woman, and she was talking about how she doesn't schedule doctor's appointments for her husband. And she was like, yeah, like, if he doesn't want to take care of himself or whatever, that's on him. And in the moment, I remember being like, that's a little extreme, because it's going to negatively impact you as well. Right. But then at the same time, it's so unfair to put that burden on the person, the other person in the relationship. Like, so she should die quicker, stress herself out faster, because your stupid ass don't want to go to the doctor, or in this case, because your stupid ass don't want to get your shit together. She should, like, her life should be at risk. Absolutely the fuck not. I completely understand that.
And I shouldn't have to scream at the top of my fucking lungs for you to listen to me.
Mm. This is once you guys get out of here, break up with him type of situation. Right? Like, that's what I'm kidding. This is a moment. This is like, yeah, there's no coming back from this.
What kind of fucking love is this? Dude, like... I have lost everything before. Everything. Like... I had FEMA aid for the hurricane that I was in.
That's hard to get.
My house was unlivable. It was black mold, and they, like, cut it out of the wall, but they didn't, because it's the landlord special. I ended up getting a settlement from that because of, like, all of the violations, and getting out and starting a new life in Brooklyn, just to, like, end up with a fucking bipolar alcoholic who took out all of his worries and sorrows on me, and then I ended up having to pay his fucking rent for a year. Oh yeah, and he's with a new girl who I'm sure he's gaslighting and telling that, oh yeah, his fucking ex is bitch, his ex is a bitch. No, actually, I just was tired of, like, waiting to get a phone call from the morgue or the hospital or the police saying, like, we need you to identify this person. And they found you on the train tracks because you would drink the hand sanitizer, the vanilla extract. I've been through it. I'm not doing it again. Like, I need a partner that fucking is there for me, that's got me, that fucking believes my intuition. The only reason we're in San Diego right now is because I dragged his fucking ass out of the house. I am so angry.
Clearly.
I am so angry and I am so hurt. And I don't care if he sees this.
You should send it to him. It's one of those things where, like, she's venting and I think everything she's saying is valid, but I don't think they could have this conversation face to face. So maybe he needs to see it. You know what I'm saying? If she if she cares to whatever, have the discussion with him, maybe it'll help him see it in a different light. But yeah, I've been here before where you just, like, when you're talking and the communication breaks down and you got to go separate rooms and you leave the house or whatever, and then you end up being able to have the conversation maybe via text or some other medium. So maybe that's what this is.
He's in a Walmart right now getting a bunch of stuff that we need.
That you
all
could have
nonchalant, all hippity hoppity, all
that you could have got if you had took more time to gather all the shit.
Positive. And I'm here, like, I've literally been in a trauma cycle for the last day and a half, pleading with you and begging you to leave and get out early as a precaution. But I just had to see the flames myself, didn't I, before you would be dragged against your will out of the house. I'm so tired of people not having my fucking back, dude. I am so fucking tired of it. What is the point of being with a man if you're the one protecting? If you're the one getting out ahead of things and making sure that everything is okay and that we're safe? I grabbed his laptop, his headphones, his fucking fake Gucci loafers, and a blazer, because I didn't...
Not the fake Gucci slides. She's funny.
I asked him if he wanted me to pack a bag for him, and he was like, no, I'll do it. I didn't want to overstep, so I was just like, let me just take the things that I like on him. This is gonna be Number one topic in therapy next week. I don't know if I can get over this. I need a fucking apology from every single person that fucking doubted me tonight and tried to fucking gaslight me and tell me to calm down.
When you hear stuff like that, I don't know what that does to other men, but when I hear stuff like that, I transport myself into those situations. And I think about all the times that my wife has told me to do stuff that later on ended up being the right thing to do. But in the moment when she told me to do it, I pushed back against her because of my ego. Like just period point blank. Like I am instantly transported to those types of times. And seeing how she is reacting to this, I don't know how as a human being you can't feel for her. You can't feel her pain in this moment, but I do. And I realized fairly quickly that I've put my wife and other women and you know what I'm saying, through various, you know, similar situations like this, all because I didn't listen, all because of my ego. And I know most men have as well. That's what I'm saying. It's like, that's not, and I know, oh, you're I'm not, man. I'm just being honest. Like, how can you see this type of stuff as a man over and over and over again play out online? You get these snapshots, you know, these glimpses into people's relationships that so closely mirror your own. I don't know this woman from a can of paint. I don't know what her boyfriend looks like. I know nothing about them, but I do know that the feeling that she is describing, I'm sure that I have made my wife feel that way. I do know that the way that he tried to gaslight her, the way that he didn't listen to her, the way that he denied her, the way that he didn't validate her is very similar to things that I've done to my wife. I know that, no doubt about it. I just don't like, at some point in time, I feel like we as men should take these moments and learn from them, learn from other people's mistakes, right? We don't have to make those mistakes. A lot of you men are so delusional and you're in so much denial that you think that this doesn't pertain to you. I'm sure you think this is like you've never been in this situation. But I challenge you to send this to your wife, send this to your girlfriend. If you still on good terms with an ex, send this to your ex if you don't have a current girlfriend or a current wife, and ask them, have I ever made you feel like this? That's what I want you to do. Ask the women in your life, have I ever made you feel like this? Do I make you feel like this? More importantly, do I make you feel like this currently? Let's see what they say. You don't believe me? Listen to the women, right? If they all, no, never. Okay, fine. But if they do say that you've done this before, maybe you come back to my channel and we keep talking, right? Or you can go to therapy. I don't know, whatever.